What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another live stream here. We're going to be working on we're going to continue work on the Mason and Manchester here, which we started work on Monday, which is a small end scale layout. I'll put it up on the screen right now so you guys, if you haven't seen it yet, you can take a look. Let's see, here we go. So this is what we're going to be working on today. Hopefully we can finish it. The plan is to finish this today. At least as far as the scenery work goes. As far as like cutting out the layout to make it fit into like a layout room and put it on a tabletop and all that, like a real model railroad, I probably won't do that on camera because that is I don't love doing it and it's super painstaking to do. So I want to just get this sort of set up and I'll do the rest of it like off stream. But if we don't finish today, I'll do another stream tomorrow, but otherwise today will be the last day I'll be streaming this week. And I'm streaming because we've got some sales going on Steam. So if you want to head over and get your copy of Trainz 22 or Trainz Platinum Edition, 22 Platinum Edition, now's the time to do it. All right, so I think at the end of the stream yesterday, I said I wanted to do some work down here in the yard. And at the station area here. So let's see what we can kind of get going here. Let me make sure the stream is looking good. So we got YouTube, we got, what is that, Twitch, we got Steam, and we got Facebook. All right, so looking good. Let me open up the chat. All right, so let's kind of see if we could figure out what to do over here. This is supposed to be like a little engine servicing facility, and then this looks like a little freight depot sort of thing. So let's see what we can what we could find here. It almost looks exactly like this is almost exactly what's in the picture. So maybe we'll use this. But let's thumb through a little bit, see what else we could find. You never know, you might find something a little bit more appropriate. This would be good too. I kind of like that first option still. You guys will have to forgive me too. I'm still really stuffed up from my allergies are still pretty bad. I think we had like a little... it looks a little too old westy for that spot. Probably just go with that first option there. And then we'll have to figure out what to do with our little... oh, this might be a good option. That looks a little bit nicer, actually. And it's small. Let's do that one. I like this. We are working with the grid, so we could probably just put this on 90. Yeah. Always nice when that works. Any new locomotives for the P&B? No, I don't have anything. I had a whole kind of a roster planned, but I don't really foresee that coming to fruition. But maybe we'll see. I wanted to update the roster a little bit, maybe retire some of the older locomotives and get some newer stuff in there. Like I think I'd have to look at my list. I think I had like GP10s. I don't even remember what it was. SD35s, maybe? I don't know. I can't remember what they were. But yeah, probably not. We'll see. The real thing I really would like is, or that would be the only way that I could really realistically do it, is if I was able to host the meshes myself on my own website. But that's a, whole different thing. I'm not capable of making any I'm not capable of making a locomotive model. I'm not really even capable of making regular 3D models, so yeah, some more 6-axle power would be good too. What's going on? Rule 281. How you doing, bud? I didn't see you in there. All right, so we got like a little sanding thing here, and let's see, maybe like a fuel. We could find like a little fuel tank of some kind. Nice. That's awesome. Yeah, I don't know. Is that like a gas pump in this thing? Sure. Kind of keep things a little compact. Sweet. Let's see if maybe we could get like a tool shed over here would be cool too. All right. We could put some like MOW stuff over here too, like some rail. Yeah, we got to get a bridge in there too. Getting there. I said that I was gonna work on the work on this foreground scene a little bit, so I wanted to just start with that before I forgot about it. Ah, random. Very cool. Very nice. That's the way to do it. Recreate your local, something local. What's going on, Overly? How you doing, bud? Fancy seeing all you guys here. I don't know if we can cut that corner there, but I'm gonna leave it for now. We're working on this, I'll bring it up on OBS here. This little model railroad track plan here called the Mason and Manchester. Take this opportunity to blow my nose now before, you know, it really needs to be blown again while I'm on camera. Every single time. Every time. All right, we'll go back to get rid of that. What's the correct latest version of Trainz, like Trainz 2024? It is, so there's Trainz 22, Trainz 22 Platinum, and Trainz Plus. Trainz Plus is the always up-to-date version. That is a subscription-based version of the game. And then we've got Trainz Platinum Edition, which has pretty much all the features you're looking at here. And that is not a subscription. So Trainz 22, Trainz 22 Platinum, or Trainz Plus. They're essentially all pretty much the same game. The Trainz 22 base model does not have Surveyor 2, which is what I'm using here. It only has Surveyor Classic. All right, what else do we got to do? I got to bring up my track plan so I can look at it. We got our station platform here. I don't know if there's like a station, what you would call it, station canopy? Like something like that. Station roof? Nope, not any of that. It's like we need a roof for this. AJS stanchions. AJS station? Trainz 22 Platinum does not require a subscription. I don't know if the game is compatible with the Steam Deck. I'm not sure. I can't comment on that. What we're looking at here is Surveyor 2. Surveyor Classic looks like this. So it's got the old tabs that you have to open up for your tools, whereas Surveyor 2 looks a little bit more like a 3D modeling program or like Photoshop, where you've got your tools windows that you could change, options, info, scrapbook, your asset list over here, and then you can kind of like move things around wherever you want them. So you could change this up however, whatever works for you. What am I looking for? Roof. I don't want like a big roof like that. It's like I know I'm gonna have to kit bash something. I'm just trying to find the right things. Oh, this is exactly what yeah, this is exactly what I need. Or at least what I was looking for. Yeah, so right now we've got some sales. If you go onto Steam, we've got sales happening for Trainz. I believe it's Trainz 22 and Platinum. I don't know if Trainz Plus is on sale right now. Overly, yeah, I got that figured out. I decided to just raise the road, leave the sidewalk at the same height, and then raise the road to almost the same height as the sidewalk, which brings it up to the railhead, so it buries it. You'll see, I got another video coming out pretty soon. The name of the platform roof is... I think it's this one here. Sam Platform Roof 02 6 meter. And there's the QID there. QID 2 1329522 1316222 2. That'll work pretty nicely. All right, so we've got that. I still haven't found... I know, like, I need a walkway. I'm trying to remember what route I've used, like, one of these walkway, like a crossover thing. I might have to just make, like, a grade platform sort of deal. I don't know. Let's do this. The Steam version, does it integrate the download station with the Steam Workshop? I don't think, no, it's just the download station. There is no, Trainz does not use the workshop, as far as I understand. So I liked in the little illustration there was like this elevated parking area, but I don't know that I'm going to be able to achieve that just because this is all on like a grade, and it's gonna, I could do it if I spend enough time. I guess what I'm saying is, like, I don't know if it's worth it for me to waste my time on that, waste your time, you know, with me trying to futz around and build it. Because it's just going to be really, yeah, like this whole grade situation, it's not going to, I don't know. Let me come back to it. What else do we have in this image here? There's like a little tool shed thing over here, and then there's a tower. What do you call that? Like a switch tower? Interlocking tower? Yeah, like one of these guys. I believe this is the one that's in the illustration because it's based on an actual, probably like a Walters model. Let's see. That one's cool. It's a little big. Probably just end up using this one that I have here. JR ones are a little too big. MTR, that's abandoned. Maybe we'll use this one actually, because it's got no markings on it or anything like that. Here, I'll put the CUID in the chat so you guys... Whoops. I'll put the CUID in the chat so you guys can have it. This is it. Copy. There you go. Yeah, Junior. Yeah, let me do that. Let me get this down first. Okay, yeah, let me see. Save. Oh, maybe at Allegheny. Or is there one here? No. It might be at Allegheny. No, yeah, this is what I'm looking for. What is this called? Walkover. Okay. T-side walkover. All right, well, let's see if we can fit that in. It might be too big. That's the maybe not. I mean, that could potentially work. What if we... Whoops. It probably would be more centered than not, but I don't love that it's not lined up with this platform either. Or, you know what? Maybe it works better that way, because then I could put a little sidewalk or something there. If you buy... Oh, Andrew, I'll catch you later, man. Good luck. Gotta keep the region moving, yeah. If you buy Platinum Plus, do you get any download station gold tickets, or is that system gone? You have to look. I think Trainz Plus includes a gold or a... I don't know. You'd have to look at the fine print on it. I think if you pay for Trainz Plus for a year up front, I think you get the gold. I think you get a pass for the year, golden ticket or whatever it's called. First class ticket, not gold ticket. But you have to look. It'll specify the offers on there. I don't know the specifics off the top of my head. I can look. Overlay, I think you're talking about the mesh. What is it called? It's like a mesh editor or something like that. That would be really cool to have that in the game. All right, I kind of like how that looks. That's pretty cool. I still don't know what I'm going to do about this. I'll get back to that. All right, so we got our tower over here. We need some kind of like a warehouse or something over here. So we've got plenty of those. Let's start from the bottom and work our way up and see if we could find anything that will fit. That will fit. Guess it also depends on how large we want the warehouse to be. This one might fit. It's a little too big. Trying to go quickly. It's always so time consuming. That's a nice one. That's a little too big. It's tough when you've got these space constraints, you know what I mean? You really have to be selective. You know what? Let's just go with this one. It's kind of a flat, old-looking model, but, you know, whatever. I think this route is set in the 1960s. So, catch you later, CNW. Yeah, I believe it's like the 1960s, like New Haven. It says, the city of Mason is one of the oldest cities in America, originally constructed as a goods port in the late 18th century. Now in the 50s, maroon diesels are matching the string of red brick and brownstone buildings. So, yeah, so I guess the 1950s then. Procedural objects. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that would be a wild, absolutely wild mod to have for this game. I can't even begin to fathom how that could potentially even work. I feel like Trainz is so particular with the assets that you poured in and how you do it and so on and so forth. It would just be like, nope, nope. All right, so we got like a road coming in here. I don't even know if I want to do like a full-on road. Maybe actually we could do, let's do it like this. I have to remind myself that this is a model railroad, so we can kind of fake things, you know what I mean? So we could take that, we could take this, and we'll straighten that. Might need to add another spline point here. Might need even one more spline point because this is not really... there we go. It's not quite bendy the way that I want. This looks like a road from Nintendo 64. Do I ever run auto trains on the P&B? To be honest with you, I have not even run the P&B. I've ran it once since I released it, and I've probably only ran it maybe a handful of times this year. And it's really because I haven't set up all of the freight cars and everything yet, you know? Like, I need to kind of get a session set up, and I've just been lazy about it. Because that's the thing that I really liked about the P&B was that I could just sort of have a session like ready to go, and then when I want to operate, I could just jump in. But I just haven't done the work yet. I got it released, and then I got burned out, and then that was it. I was like, all right, time to take a break. I've really been working on the Cross Harbor a lot, though. So, like I said before, there will be a Cross Harbor video probably next Friday. What's the date? The 27th. And if you're a patron, you'll get to watch it early. Oh, I shouldn't be promoting my own stuff while I'm doing this. Whoops. But anyway, we'll put this little building here. We're probably gonna put a couple trucks or something here. All right, so need to make a fine adjustment here. There we go. Is a pretty tight junction, but again, this is N scale. That might be like a number 5 turnout. Have I ever taken the Hudson River excursion on the URHS? No, I have not. Is that the one that goes up the east side of the Hudson up to like Albany and then back down? All right. What else do we want to do here? Oh, we got to put in a bridge, right? So let's take a look. Let's go back to the track plan for a second. And we can look at like what kind of bridge that is there. It's sort of a, what is that? Like a Warren Truss bridge? So I'll have to see if I can find something like that. I'm just kind of like scanning for other details that I can begin to incorporate too. All right. So now the thing is, am I gonna have to replace this track? Probably, right? Yeah, overly. I just don't. I don't ever do anything like IRL train related. I'm so bad. I really am really bad about going out. I don't go rail fanning. I don't go to excursions. I should do it more. The thing is, it's like I don't really have anybody to go with me, so I don't really want to go alone. The only thing that I really do like to do is I'll go to like model train shows. Like I always look forward to the Springfield show up in Amherst in January. I'm really looking forward to that this year, or next year, I guess, whatever. All right, so can I guess I'm gonna have to delete this. Oh, so I could, wait a minute. I could delete the track off of the bridge. So then I could just sort of put this in place. That'll be a lot easier, actually. Yeah, that's about all I really do for IRL railroad stuff. I just don't have the patience to go out rail fanning, and I don't really have anybody who's going to go with me, so I usually don't go. I also don't really like just sitting around. Too much of a busybody. Now I know I'm going to have to swap this track out, which I will do in a second. Let me make sure I can grab it. Fraud, yeah. All right, so let's see. This is 136J, so we're gonna swap this out for 136J. This. Where is it? Replace. There we go. Probably should have some kind of an abutment in here too, but we'll get there. All right, we're getting somewhere. Let me do a save. All right, so we got our bridge in. I guess we should probably put some kind of an abutment in there. Well, maybe not, because this is going to take up way too much space. Rotate. Yeah, we ain't doing that unless I can find a smaller one. Find the right spline to adjust here. There we go. Potentially this could work. need to be back here. It's not really sitting on anything though. All right, forget that. We're doing a model railroad. It's got no abutments. Deal with it. Undo, 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 undo. Let's see how far I can undo before I break the game. All right, that's good enough. Although I do need to adjust that there for sure. I saw a couple videos that other people have done on the P&B. It's pretty cool. I like seeing what other, you know, how other people are running it. I think this needs to be all the way back here. I mean, honestly, that's probably one of the best parts of releasing something is seeing other people use it and kind of seeing how they use it. I like that. Everybody's got like a different idea of how they want to operate it and what they're going to run on it and how they're going to, you know, run things or switch things. And it's pretty cool to see how that translates out. Ooh. All right, that's probably good enough. I mean, we're not going to be... You shouldn't be riding around in cab mode, so this should be acceptable enough. Yeah, I might need to... Well, I'm going to leave it for now. If it really bothers everybody, then I'll switch it out. I just want to make sure that this has enough clearance here. It looks like it does now. All right, starting to get somewhere. Let me bring up my image again. So I'm not too worried about that 16 texture max here. I think we'll probably be okay. All right, getting somewhere. We could put a little, some foliage in here. Why didn't that grab anything? Let's add some cross bucks in here. I don't know. I'm gonna find like an appropriate era. Probably something like this. Or maybe we should do the 3-track one. Why not? There we go. Tips for blending textures together. I mean, really mess with the sensitivity is going to be your best bet. And then find textures that are sort of like in the same family. You know, like I'm using these city street textures, so they all kind of have like the same or a similar quality to them. Like they're all kind of grainy. I mean, even the ones that are smooth are still have like a similar texture to them. So that would be my advice, is adjust your sensitivity and then just sort of layer things. And then also try not to rotate your textures too much. Like sometimes you have to, especially like in older versions of the game. But I would say try to avoid doing too much texture rotation, because that can cause some other issues. But yeah, I mean, that's kind of about all you can really do. I mean, even with the HD texturing, you're sort of still limited to that sort of degree of fidelity, I guess. The game is it's gonna place the textures down, you know, just like a paintbrush. You just have to kind of think of how it's gonna apply them. All right, that's looking all right. We'll work in some grasses too. I still don't really know how to use the clutter effects and stuff like that, so I'm gonna use just spline grass and stuff like that. Actually, you can see that I've got a scrapbook here that I use for putting down like weeds and wildflowers and stuff like that. All right, let's get a little bit more texturing going on over here. We can kind of detail our station scene a little bit more, I think. I think now it's time to make the decision about what we're going to do with this overpass piece. Do I want to try to work with it or say forget it? Let's see what we can do. If I can maybe kind of kitbash something. So I guess, you know, in the photo, this is like a little parking area, I'm assuming for the station, but we don't have like a upper entrance here. I mean, I could try to like fake one. It would be cool to connect these stairs. I don't know how I could do that. I do know... Let's grab this. So I just copied that because it's going to maintain the height value for me. And that just makes it a little bit easier to work with. Figure we can kind of cover up some of the edges here. What size is this road? Let's see. Select assets impound. That's the wider one, the 10. So I wish there was a sidewalk that looked good that was sort of in between this one and this one. Like this is 12 meters. 12 feet. Why does it say... Oh, I'm just like imagining things here. 12 feet across, and then this one's only 4 feet. I wish there was like a 6-foot sidewalk that looked exactly like these do. But I can try to work with this. Just trying to hide like any of these little seams and stuff like that because it just annoys me. You know, this could come up to here. I mean, I could drop that. We're making spaghetti. It's all right. I don't think I really need... hello? Why? Reattach the track. Guess we'll do that for that too. Might be able to get away with just one of those. I don't know. I'm kind of just spitballing this little stupid intersection here. This is really going to annoy me. Just because the track is on an angle. How do we hide all this? How do we make it work? If I mess with the track height there, it's going to mess with it there. If I mess with the road, then this side isn't going to line up. I don't even know where the end of that is. It's got to be this. If I raise the whole thing, what do we get? If I bring it up to here. Okay, that sort of looks better. All right, I can live with that. It's tolerable. Things are starting to get a little confusing here with all these dots. I don't know what this is. Oh, that's this road. Okay, so we can make some adjustments here. That's fine. Not a big deal there. All right, I'm feeling a little bit better about that. Oh boy. Let's continue this. Okay, I like that. We'll put like some kind of a fence or a wall or something here as well. So this is gonna be like a little parking area. Let's Man, things get really confusing when you're working up in the air like this. Everything's like elevated. Where are we in 3D space? All right, there we go. (2D, 3D space, you know? What causes the most frame rate lag? Things that have way too many triangles, too many polygons. So it really could be anything. It could be a spline, it could be a regular asset. Like you can have, you know, something like this telephone pole could have way too many and cause problems. Like if somebody models all of the insulators that are on here and stuff like that. So that can cause issues. So it's really a matter of the poly count, the triangle count. And you can check that by, if you're not going to be able to see it here, but if you go to list assets in new window, let's say you want to look at, let's say we want to look at this this walkover thing here. We can right click on this and we can say list assets in new window, and that's going to open up Content Manager with that asset. And then you can do Control Shift R, or you can right click and select open preview asset, and it'll open a preview window and it'll show you how many triangles the model has. And if it's a lot, it's probably going to cause you some problems. So, but it could be anything. It could be something like I said, it could be a spline, or it could be shrubs, grasses. You know, locomotives and rolling stock tend to have the highest poly count. And then if you're talking about like regular scenery assets, people, cars, anything with like rounded edges tend to be higher poly. And those will cause some lag. So you want to watch out for that sort of thing. Yeah, assets with no level of detail, like that'll definitely nuke your that'll definitely just screw everything up, lag everything down. So level of detail, if you're not familiar, as you zoom out, the game you don't need to have so much detail on certain assets, right? So things will render with less polygons on them because you don't need to render that many because you're not that close. And then the closer you get, the more polygons you'll see. So you can usually see them pretty good with these speed trees. Like the further away I get, you can see how the detail reduces more and more until it turns into a billboard. But as I get closer, you can see there's a little bit more detail, a little bit more detail, a little bit more detail, a little more detail. So it doesn't need to render every leaf when you're this far away. You know what I mean? So that's level of detail, also known as LOD. And yeah, that's what you want to keep an eye out for. What am I doing? I lost my train of thought here. Let's find like another wall. Not a retaining wall. I just want something to put up at the top there. That might be nice. Let's get rid of this grade. That's a good one. Don't love that. Too big. All right, we're gonna go with this one. And this is essentially going to just protect our parking area, or whatever this is. We're going to call it a parking area from train tracks. You can also hopefully hide some of the seam that we've got here. All right, not bad. All right, you know, I could probably connect this spline, maybe? Doesn't want to connect to anything. It's like the splines connect when you don't want them to connect, and then when you do want them to connect, they don't. Whatever, we'll just leave it for now. Undo. Just lower it a little bit. All right, looking good. Do a quick save. Sweet, let's take a look at our track plan again and check our progress here. All right, I think we're looking pretty good. We got our upper area there. We could put a couple parked cars up there. I think it's kind of disguised pretty good. Like, I mean, the spline ends and stuff like that, I think are disguised pretty good. I think let's go back down to ground level and work on that lower area a bit more. And we'll see what we can do down there. So we also have to add ballast to all of our track and everything too. What do we want to put over here? What does the thing show? Kind of shows this warehouse as being pretty big and like wrapping around the corner, which we're not gonna do. So maybe we'll just add, we could add like a little bit of a terrain feature here, right? We could do ground height, height up. We'll turn this all the way down. We could just add like a bit of a ridge or something. And then we'll just put some scenery down. Just be a bit of a scenic divider, you know? And I'm just gonna grab like some of the stuff that's over here and copy it and bring it over just to sort of expedite this process a little bit. kind of filling this in mostly because I don't know what else to put here. Truth be told. Okay, and then we're gonna ballast everything in a second here, and I'm gonna show you guys like what my new technique is for ballasting. I'm sure you guys will appreciate it. Definitely need to work in some grass as well. I gotta put an end cap on here. I always forget to do that. So let's try, I want to show you guys how I've been ballasting. So we're gonna use, do I want to use this one? There's like a cinder one, isn't there? Cinders? No, I thought there was a city cinder. We'll just pick one of these. We'll use this. All right, so what I've been doing lately, we'll select this. And now I've got my texture picked out. And what I'm gonna do is set my radius to 6 meters. And then I'm gonna select my track and I'm gonna go to paint under. This might actually be too wide. Let's undo that. Let's do 5. Since we're on a model, this might just be too wide. Paint. And then what I'll do is I'll grab the main ballast texture, which is this one. And I'll set this to 4. And I'll add that. Paint under. And you get a pretty nice tight ballast line right throughout, and then it's sort of, because we put that other texture under there first, you kind of get a little bit of a dithering. Sometimes you end up with these little jagged edges, though, you have to clean up. I don't know how to avoid that, but they do happen from time to time in certain places. Not everywhere, and not with every texture. Totally kind of random. But this works pretty good. Maybe, you know, this dust texture might not be so good. Like that was my second pick. Let's see what this might look like. So we did 5. Usually I do 6 meters, but because this is so small, it's like, it's not gonna make sense. We could even try 3. I don't know if 3 would be too tight on here, but let's try it. Paint. Yeah, it don't look too bad. Kind of gives you like that ballast and then sub roadbed ballast texture. Personally, I like that look, especially when you pick out the right textures and kind of blend them together in a nice way. All right, so let's see for grass. Grasses these days, I've been using this Ziut, whatever, Z-I-U-T. I don't even know where it is. Slab, conveyor, cliff. Here we go. It's sort of similar to the BN-BY grass, I guess, but it's a little, I don't know, it's a little nicer in some ways. I kind of use that together with the BN-BY grass. That's pretty much what I use for grasses these days at this point. And then, of course, there's some JVC stuff that looks pretty good, too. So I wish I knew how to use the clutter stuff, because I think you can use clutter grass and get like in a really small area, but I have absolutely no idea how to do it. No clue. It's like everything always starts looking so much better once you add the grass. It's like instant transformation. I gotta add an end cap on this. What is this? GR2? GR2. And I probably need to put them on here too. Sweet. All right, let's get some of this grass through here. All right, we got less than an hour to get this thing done. We're getting close. We are getting close. We gotta put some parked cars up here. Trying to think of what else we gotta add. Probably should add some people and like details around the station, but that'll be absolutely last. What do we put over here? I guess maybe some more grass. Couple trees just to have something. $3DZ. Well, I don't want anything modern, although these are pretty nice. I'll keep these in mind for the Cross Harbor. Oh, wow, look at that. It's like a whole parking lot. Nice. Many cars. It sure was. Yeah, so this route takes place in the 1950s, so we're going to need some 1950s cars, which I might just lift from, like, the Hudson and Western or something. But I'll definitely keep those for my other projects. So yeah, now we actually have two bridges back here we need to do. I forgot about. This one actually, we might be able to just continue that, is what I'm gonna do. And like I said yesterday, I have absolutely no clue how I'm going to deal with the tunnel portals or anything like that. We'll just leave that. I think we might be okay. This is pretty much just going to get filled in with some grass and shrubs and stuff like that, I think. And then we've got like a little girder bridge through here. We have like a little short one I can just sort of plop in. That would be awesome. Something like this. Nope, I didn't want to do that. What I want to do is replace it with this track. Tunnel track just like normal track. I don't know. Is that really how it works? I feel like that's not how it works. I think that's how it used to work. I don't know if that's how it works in this current version of the game. I'll try it, though. I don't... It's not that I don't believe you. I just don't know if that applies to this version of the game. Oh, man, I hate that. I really hate that. What could we use here? There is... Let me go... let me go to the Dry Brook route, because there's like a little... I gotta see what I used on... there was like a little farm crossing thing. I don't know which version here is the best one to look at. I guess maybe this one. I don't know. Let's see. I'm looking for... Let's see. We go out to the farm fields here. There was like a little... Whatever this... What did I do here? What is this? Steel deck. JR Bridge steel deck. This is what I want. Yep, that'll do it, I think. And then I think if we put maybe those end caps there, that might sort of help hide that edge a little bit. All right, that kind of works. All right, let's look up this tunnel track and see. Because as far as I know, tunnel track is just this. It's just this, like, it's just track that would be inside the tunnel. But maybe this? Does this have it? Like, does this actually... I'm pretty sure you still need a dig hole. This one has a dig hole, which is why it only snaps into place. So there's probably some that have the dig hole attached. Let's see if we can use this. I don't know. Can I... am I gonna be able to replace the track? Like... Can I... What if I F9? I doubt it's gonna allow me to do this. If I remember correctly, it's like, no, you can't. You can't replace tunnel track. Oh yes, you can. Okay, I thought I remember there being like an error prompt or whatever that was like, no, you can't do it. What I need to do is maybe not use that section. Oh man, I hate this so much. Oh god. Let's add a spline point and change this back to this. And that glitched things out. There we go. Do I know some information about anyone who's preparing new vegetation pack for Plant Factory? I do not. I mean, I think JVC might be doing some. I know Paul is working on some, and there might be one other person who's working on it, but I don't know of any specifics, to be perfectly honest. If it's something that you're interested in doing, I think there's some information on the Trainz Plus page. You know what? I don't have any idea how I'm gonna deal with this. I mean, I can do like this side. I can kind of tweak the terrain a little bit. I can hide that. I don't know how I'm gonna hide this. You know, like how do you hide this big hole? Maybe I can get away with just the one dig hole instead of more than one. That might work. You know what? We're gonna just leave that for now. All right, let's work over. Let's fill this in. I think that's more important at this point. We get this filled in. And then we'll figure out how to complete the rest of this. I really want to finish this as close as possible today. That's my goal. It's not really going to be finished, but get it finished enough, I guess. I think again, we'll just throw some, just spam around some grass splines and some shrubs and that sort of thing. So I don't really know what else to do with this specific area. We'll leave that empty. This, I think, can be used as like an interchange. At least that's how I imagine it. Or like staging, you know, on, you know, if this was an actual N-scale layout, you could use that for staging. So again, I'm just gonna do a little copy paste. And then I think on the other side of this, we said we were going to put a park. So I will definitely do that. Should probably put some texture in this canal too. What texture do I want to use? I need like a mud texture or something. Let's see, PBR textures. It's too bright. That might work pretty good. That's like a dry mud. We'll use this. Make that 8. Let's make that 5, actually. I gotta definitely fix ground height, grade. Or no, let's do set height to 0. So we just want to kind of, whoa, just want to level this out. The reason it's doing that is because there's a glitch with the dig holes right now. It is fixed in the next update. I can confirm that. It's like if you're adjusting the height of anything like within like 30 meters of a dig hole, it wants to redraw all, like everything. See, like now if I do it over here, it's not a problem. If some of this texture sticks up through here, I'm not gonna be too mad about it, but I think we're probably going to bring this back, maybe just to here. Maybe we'll bring that one up to up to the end to cover up that dig hole, and we can delete this. And I think maybe if we use another wall, you know, we could do something like this across the back. This sort of reminds me of, like, if you've ever seen those like TikToks or Instagram videos that's like, you know, somebody doing a drawing in 1 minute and then, you know, 5 minutes and then in 1 hour, and then like you can kind of see how it progressively improves as time goes on. That's what I feel like I'm fighting with here. It's like I'm at the 1 minute, fighting the 1 minute thing. Get some more grass underneath this. You know, there's a lot of detail that I would like to incorporate into this, but I just don't know how much is really worth it at this point for this particular stream. I think I want to swap this out for the wider road for this one. Is that gonna work? Replace. Oh, it is way too chunky. Okay, forget that. I don't like how it changes the texture, the road texture like that. But all right, well, I might have to just live with that. All right, what else can we do here? We could definitely, we could put some parked cars here, which I think is what I'm gonna do. We need to maybe put some supports on the side of our bridge here so people don't fall off. So we'll just use these SAM guard fences. Should be fairly easy to just sort of copy and paste them into place. So that's definitely one of the great features of Surveyor 2. I'm telling you, this is the copy and paste tool. Or just like, not even copy and paste, but just like being able to multi-select and then just click and drag. And like, you know, you're good to go. Like, so I grab the spline I want to copy, I hold control, and then I can just drag it out like that. Super easy. Have I ever had a router project that I never finished, or had abandoned, but always wanted to finish? I guess maybe the Rochester, the CSX Rochester build. I might still revisit that maybe one day. I don't know. But I guess maybe that one. I'm trying to think if I have any other projects that I have started and never finished. The main central one. But I don't know, I guess I kind of lost a bit of interest in that project as well. So I don't know. I guess I kind of feel like I still would love to finish a main central route build, but maybe something smaller, not like the entire region. I guess, you know, what I've learned over the past couple of months, maybe the last couple of years, really, like doing like working on the P&B and trying to, you know, do different projects and see what I like and what I don't like. I found that I really enjoy doing more compact, industrial, urban environments, sort of like what I'm doing here. I definitely do a lot better with that when I could sort of focus a bit more on something really specific, like a specific industry or, you know, a really dense urban environment, not something that's so spread out. I don't really love doing like farmland and things that have a lot of mainline traffic and stuff like that. I'm a big fan of like last mile operations, you know, that are, you know, just literally the first or the last mile, a lot of switching from the class ones and then delivery to the actual customers. That's the stuff that I like. So, you know, anything else I'm kind of veering away from these days, like any big mainline projects. It's the one thing that sort of bored me with the CSX Rochester build, was that it was just really large and just not as interesting to me to do. Like, it had that urban environment, but it was just way too spread out. And it was just way too big and overwhelming. So, yeah, I don't know if there's any other projects that I have not completed. I usually, I don't want to call myself a completionist, but I like to finish things. Or at least get them to a point where I feel comfortable saying that they are finished, you know. Let's actually bring that all the way over. Like, I always joke that, like, when I die, I'm gonna come back as a ghost with unfinished business, because I always feel like the need to finish things. I don't like having unfinished projects. It just, because to me, it always feels like something on my to-do list, and I don't love that. You know, then I always just feel sort of like I'm being nagged. Complete me, you know, it's just, I can't. Yeah, well, I'll try to get some more benches over there. I want to put some cars over here. Yeah, we could put a couple benches over here. Actually, let's do that quick. Now, this is what I always struggle with. Which way would they be facing? Like, I like to think that they would face the water. That seems really tight. If I had the wider sidewalk over here. Yeah, I'll say that that's good. We'll just do like one here, and we'll put one like down here. It's pretty nice. Let's get, I'm gonna actually switch over to the Hudson Western quick and steal some cars from over there. Is it the Hudson Western that I want? Yeah, I think so. And I've also really learned that I'm not a fan of the Steam era, or I used to think that I liked the transition era, but I don't. It's cool to like look at, and I do appreciate it as far as like other people's models and stuff, but like for me, I don't care to, I don't ever want to do another you know, transition era route, if I'm being perfectly honest. These are like 1940s cars. That's a 1930s car. These are a little too old for what I need. What about up here? I think I had, these are all pretty old. 1954. Yeah, I might just have to take what I can get. Yeah, I could definitely move some of the park benches the other side too. I was thinking the same thing actually. Let me get some of these cars. I'm just gonna, you know, we're just gonna have to bend our imagination a little bit. Copy that, and these are all way too old, but let me check exit surveyor. Let me check Union Terminal. I was working on that recently, not recently, but a few months ago. Oh, it's missing assets now. Great. Edit. Yeah, I've got pretty much the same stuff here. All right, let's grab some of these ones that look somewhat closer to the 1950s. Is it really just those two? Maybe this guy. These are a little bit better, I think. All right, let me grab, let's do this. Excuse me. Little burpee. Where'd the other cars go? All right, hang on a minute. I gotta, where is it? Settle on the ground. There we go. Street is a little more narrow than I was expecting. Of course, they're all at a little bit of a different height. So, can't just match it. All right, starting to look a little bit more lively with some vehicles, huh? All right, let's see what else. Oh, I was gonna put some of these lanterns up here too. Why did he end up way up there? That was weird. Why? How's... Oh, because it's going up the terrain. I gotcha. All right. I was like, why is it going up in the air? Settle on the ground. That's what we want. It's just following the contour of the terrain. All right. It's looking cool. Man, there's still a lot I want to do on this. I guess I could stream a little bit longer. I don't have to end it at 4. I could just take a quick break and come back and finish this off. That might be what I do instead of streaming tomorrow. I just can't. I don't know if I could stream again tomorrow. It's just gonna kill my voice. That's my only concern. 3 days in a row streaming for 2 hours each is it's a workout. All right, we're starting to get there. I don't know what I'm going to do about that. I'm at a loss. Maybe you guys have some ideas. Maybe somebody will leave me a comment and tell me what to do. So I'm not really sure how best to cover that up. Especially, I mean, if it was not such a compact area, I could probably come up with something. But just given how small of an area this is that we're working with, it makes it a little bit challenging. It might be outside of my wheelhouse, you know? Looking pretty good. Let's look at it here for a second, and then let me bring up the track plan. You guys can see the track plan. So, I mean, looks pretty good to me. I'm looking at them side by side. Some rocks to cover the dig hole. Yeah, that might be the way to go. I think it's looking pretty good. All right, let me put that back. All right, so I guess covering up the tunnel portals is going to be the absolute last thing that I do. What I want to do, though, is just... put a couple of more trees down. Put a couple more things down. Fill in the space a little bit more. I know I said I was going to put in like a little park over there, but I don't really have the time for that. There's other details I want to add. feel like we need something right here. Maybe if I take this... Maybe not that. Where is it? This... Wherever this spline is, there's this... What was it called? Whatever this spline is, I can't remember that. I used it yesterday and I don't remember what the name was. Oh, there it is. UK tunnel grass spline. Like, can I sneak that up here? Is it sticking out the back? No. All right, that might work. Where's the end of it? Is it this? Okay. All right, this is looking a little bit more polished now. Yeah, all right, that looks a lot better. We could do a little something with this. I mean, I guess we could, if we really wanted to, could extend some of this grass underneath here. Yeah, I don't know, why not? It's not sticking out the back, is it? Nope. That does look a little bit better. And then we could take like some fencing or something like that and kind of start filling that in there too. Make the back alleys grimy and full of garbage. Yeah, I love that idea, but I don't know. I'm not going to have the time to do that. Kind of want to just get this like completed, you know. Doesn't have to be super detailed as much as I want it to be. I mean, that's looking pretty good though, still. You know, I don't know how I'm gonna address like this section of the bridge or this track. I guess I could wait if I filled this in. That gets kind of close. I was just thinking then I could put the tunnel portal maybe over here. I don't know. I'm not going to mess with that right this second. What else could we do to sort of make things a little bit nicer? I mean, really, that wall would probably go the length of that, but I'm not really worried about that right now. Oh, we could add some people maybe down here. Don't want to add any more cars anywhere else is the other question. And you know what I might do, actually? Let me... this filter list thing really irritates me. Go away. But then I can't... Oh, I hate this. Filter list is the worst. I'm not gonna lie. It really, really annoys me. Let's add a backdrop here. I know there's got to be a better backdrop than that. Now, is that annoying or distracting? I don't know. I think, you know, the layout is designed to be sort of like fully walk-aroundable. Maybe we'll just leave it like that. I don't know. I thought maybe a backdrop might help sort of just direct your focus a little bit. All right, what else can we add before we wrap this up and call it done? I guess we could add maybe a few more trees and shrubs and stuff around here. Again, like I don't know exactly what my plan is going to be for these tunnel portals and stuff like that. Like this side, I feel like I could figure out how to cover up. I just don't know about the other side. Like this, I could definitely blend it down. Like, we're pretty hidden here for the most part. It's not bad. This is going to be the problem. This guy. Portal with wings and an apron. Yeah. Still just wondering if maybe I somehow extend this. Unless I cover this up somehow and like cantilever this this track over top. I have no clue. Like, how do I support this track while allowing that to go underneath? It would have to be some kind of a bridge, but we're on a curve. The grass spline, I could... It's just, I think it's too big and it's going to clip inside of the portal. It's going to clip all over the place if I use that. So that's not really going to work. I mean, I could use it underneath. If I can grab it. Yeah, this is the smallest size that's there too, I think. So I can cover it up down here like that. Doesn't really help me anywhere else. Well, I guess in theory, actually, this falls outside of the layout, like the bench work, right? So this, I might not even have to worry about that now that I'm thinking about it. Really, I just have to figure out how to make this fly over top. Because I think really this would be... I think the one that's here is actually just a 1x1. Yeah. But like this technically is the edge of the layout. You know, your bench work would be right here. So that might be kind of okay. I might just have to close this up. We're gonna get so much lag because of these stupid dig holes now. Yeah, I kind of don't really know what to do about this part. Not sure. Well, I mean, everything else looks good. Let's just pretend that none of that exists. I like how this all looks, though. I guess maybe we could add some people to the platform here. I hate placing... Cars and people are the two things that I absolutely hate dealing with the most. Oh, is this platform floating? How did that happen? Never gonna be able to select it now. There we go. I didn't realize that this was floating. Put a couple of slabs of concrete on top of the portal to support the upper deck. Yeah, I mean, Sure, but there's so many other problems there that I need to figure out. All right, that's enough people. I really hate placing people. I mean, because I could put an abutment here and then put something else. I think even an abutment is going to be too big. That is too big. It's not going to work because it's on a curve. But yeah, I get what you're saying, like concrete. But what is the track sitting on itself? I don't know of a bridge that would look good here, or... I mean, I could do... I don't even know. Could I somehow use one of these? This viaduct? Some kind of weird ad hoc support? I don't know. Still looks like it's a little too close. The challenges of building model railroads in this game. It just doesn't always translate. I guess I should have, maybe if I had a little bit better forethought, I could have made a modification to the track plan. You know, I realistically, the best way to probably adjust it would be to move this to here, so they're not sitting on top of each other, but that might totally screw up this entire curvature. It definitely does. I want to grab that dig hole, and I'm never going to be able to. You know, like placing it all kind of here might maybe work a little bit better, but I have no idea what's going on with the curvature in there. It could be really bad because I can't see it now. And then if that, you know, if this is the case, then I can just sort of continue this on. So that, I don't know, that kind of works a little bit better, I guess. have to find some way to cover this up. I mean, I guess I could put some rocks and stuff there. Can I move this? Well, we'll leave it. Let's see, rock. Just always feels like this is such a cop-out. But, I mean, what else do you do? If I can grab the end of that spline. That tunnel spline, which I thought was... right here. There we go. All right, maybe that works. I don't know. It's good enough, right? I'd have to work in all the edge of the fascia and all that other crap that I really, really loathe doing with the N scale or with these model railroad builds, but I don't know. It looks good enough to me. I don't know. What do you guys think? What's your opinion? Looks all right, right? For 3 days worth of work, 2, 4, 6, 6 hours. You know, we got, I don't know, looks pretty good to me. Let me do this. And I'll bring up the track plane again. There we go. I think it looks pretty good. Good enough, at least. There we go. So I guess I'll call it quits here. Maybe what I'll do is try to finish this off camera as best as I can at some point and then put it up on the DLS or put it up on my website, one or the other, or both. But I don't know, it looks pretty good to me. For now, at least good enough. Like I said, there's still a few things that we would really need to do. Mainly the layout room itself. Yeah, we could run a train on it just to check it out. Why not? Oh, you know what I forgot to do? I didn't put any switch machines on here. What am I thinking of? So we'll just do these new century switch stands. No, with no target, just for simplicity's sake. Because it's the only way we're gonna take a spin. So we'll throw these down. Shouldn't take too long. Well, this is gonna have to go into the station platform. That's all right. Got that, we got that. Where else do we have switches? Over here. Yeah, so we'll just take a spin around it real quick, and then that'll be it. And I think that's it for the turnouts, right? Yeah. All right, so we now we can see just how bad our track is. So don't kill me, but I don't know anything about passenger cars, so we're just gonna put some of these down. Oh, look at that. The platform is too... Ugh, it's so annoying. So it was floating, but it must have been floating for a reason then. But it's got this stupid shadow too. All right, well, we'll pretend like... We'll pretend like this actually works. It must be for maybe a platform that's elevated. That's all I could think. Yeah, we'll pretend like that actually makes sense. All right, let's drive this. Let's try to keep it at N scale speeds here. Probably be like 10, 15 miles an hour maybe. For some reason, when I was looking at this track plan initially, I thought it was set up to have 2 trains running continuously, but I guess it's just the one, which is okay. Put our headlight on. It's cool. It's a cool little model railroad. Like, if this was like an N-scale layout in your basement, this would actually be really cool to build and detail and run. I could see this being, especially like building it would be a real challenge. Trying to like imagine how if you were standing in front of it, what would it look like? You know, how would you watch it? Pretty cool. So at like, what speed am I going here? 13 miles an hour. So that's like N scale speed, I would say. At least that's about how fast I would run it. Looks like it takes about 3 or 4 minutes to make a whole loop, which is pretty cool. It's a good amount of time. You're welcome, Dennis. Hopefully, I'd like to do some more live streams on the N3V channel throughout the fall and the winter. I might try to do something maybe once a week, but the problem is that I'm trying to come up with like what to work on. So if you guys have some suggestions for like a build or anything like that, that we could do as maybe a live stream build right here on this channel, I'm all for it. Let me know. Nothing big, you know, or I really don't want to do another model layout. But if you guys have any ideas, I'd be open to it. I'd like to stream, like I said, like once a week would be pretty good. I could do like Tuesdays or something like that. Yeah, so I think that was about 5 minutes. I think we started at 10:02 and it's now 10:06. 4 minutes, so 4 minutes to do a full loop. That's pretty cool, pretty good. I like being in the drone camera. All right, so anyway, like I said, what I'll do is I'll put the finishing touches on this off camera because I could probably do it a lot faster and maybe, you know, it's not as interesting to see the actual like model railroad build part of it, at least in my opinion. So I'll get that finished, and then once it's done, if I can get it on the download station, or if I can get it on my website or whatever, I'll let you guys know, where to find it if you want to download it and take a look at it for yourself. It'll probably end up on my website because I've got some of my assets in here, and my assets are not on the download station. But we'll see. I'll keep you guys posted. But anyway, that is going to do it for this live stream for this week, guys. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget, we've got some sales going on Steam right now. So if you're looking to get a copy of Trainz 22 or Trainz 22 Platinum, head on over there and grab your copy right now. The sale goes on all this week. But that's going to do it for me. Hopefully I see you guys again pretty soon. Take care. Have a nice afternoon and a good night. See you guys later.